morning. It's Scott Cullen here. Time for another episode of Fridays with Frank. And I do want to point out that if you are liking what we're doing, be sure and hit that like button. And if you'd like to be notified or at least see on YouTube what our latest episodes are going to be, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. And now, without further ado, please welcome our founder, Frank Cannata. Hey, Frank, how's it going today?
Hey, Scott, good, great, and good to see you. Yeah, I keep forgetting that we're on YouTube too. So, good. Let them know. Watch us, people. I thought today that we would kind of address what, an individual dealer that kind of, for me, really encapsulates what dealers have accomplished in smaller markets. And what drove my attention to that was we got an invitation from Barry Simon of Datamax, who was celebrating his 40th anniversary. And CJ and I did want to attend, but it just didn't work out schedule-wise. And I promised Barry that CJ and I would do a dealer visit as part of our dealer tour sometime in the future. And he understood, and I was sorry we couldn't be there for him, because if there's anyone who has been there for us more than Barry, boy, they're few and far between. He's just been a great supporter of ours, and we thank him greatly for that. But more importantly, he's been a great example for us to look at in terms of what makes dealers strong, what makes dealers best. The thing that always stood out to me about Barry is that whether I visited Konica Minolta, Canon, or Lexmark, which are his three lines, I still believe currently, Barry was always asked to be involved on the dealer council. That is very, very significant, that you have the three major companies that you represent think enough of you saying you want to be on their dealer council. And quite candidly, he was the one that first reached out to me about Lexmark, because he was already helping Lexmark to the extent of giving them some guidance and direction and support. So you get a guy like that who comes along. And again, more importantly, if you take a look at the size of the Little Rock market, it's just somebody coming from the Northeast. It just ain't that big. But yet he is so strong, so dominant, and so well respected in that, coming from that area. I had some fun with him at the CDA meeting last October in St. Petersburg. I was asked to moderate a panel of senior executives in our industry, and they were pretty much all there. Now, the last thing in the world I want to do as a moderator is to ask the same question to every panelist, because that just doesn't work. For the simple reason, if you're asking him, let's say I'm asking Sam or Arrigo a question about what's Konica Minolta doing in a certain area, I don't know if he's going to want to talk honestly about that particular question. Not only that, but even, let's say, assume for a moment he does, and he talks about it. And what are the other manufacturers going to say? Oh, I do the same thing? No, we're different. But Barry kept insisting that he wanted to ask a question for the whole panel to answer. So sure enough, I tried to avoid it. And I was fairly successful till we got close to the end. And I said to the panel, as we're nearing the end, I would like to interject a question of my own, because all the questions that I asked came from the dealers. Well, of course, my good friend Larry Weiss objected to that. He said, you wouldn't let Barry ask a question. Why are you asking yours? I said, okay. Barry asked it. He asked a question, and they went right down the road. And thank God it was a question that didn't create a problem. So those are some of the little things that that happen with people that you know for a very long period of time. And I do want to wish my very dear friend happy 40th, Barry. All the best.